My name is Autumn Bonner with Mindful Motion Physical Therapy. I am a physical therapist and I'm training in professional yoga therapy as well as women's health. And what I would like to show you today is a medical therapeutic yoga exercise that focuses on rotation of the hips, control of the pelvis, and rotation of the spine. And this can be a really lovely way to work out tension that is occurring throughout your low back, your pelvis, and your hips. So the first thing to check out is how comfortable you are laying with your back on the floor and how your alignment is on the floor. And so when I lay on the floor and I'm looking in a mirror, what I am looking at are my ears in line with the center of my ribs, and is the center of my ribs relatively pointing straight down at my pelvis. And if you look carefully, what you might be able to tell on me is that I do tend to tense my mid-back, and so my ribs tend to flare up a little bit. Okay, so instead of working against myself, I'm going to give myself some support so I can settle into my spinal curves. And for the intention of this exercise, it'll enhance the effectiveness of it. And so what I'm going to do that with is a set of blankets. And you can use your own blankets at home. And I also have some resources for how to fold your own blanket tier. And it's in such a way that now when I lay down on it, I have that nice line of ears, center of ribs, center of hips, and without my ribs lifting straight up in the air. Okay, so now I'm ready to go ahead and work on this exercise. The first thing is to set your feet mat's width apart. Okay, and then rotate your knees out to one side. So if I'm rotating to the right, I'm going to allow my right knee to fall out, my left knee to fall in, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach through my left knee towards the front of the room. Okay? And I'll show the same thing on the other side. So now I'm letting my left knee fall out, but then notice my right knee, it comes in, but it also reaches towards the front of the room. If this is uncomfortable for your knee or your hip in any way on either leg, you can use prop support. Okay? So what I'll do to warm up is go side to side, one knee falling out, the other knee reaching forward, and first stretching out the front of the hips. You can use your breath with this exercise, and I recommend inhaling as your knees roll, and then exhaling as your knees come back up. As for your spine and your pelvis, what you can do is keep one hand on your low belly and one hand on those ribs. And notice as your knees go from side to side, are you keeping your pelvis in relative alignment with your ribs, or is your pelvis moving with your leg? Okay, so see if you can give that part of your body a little bit of support by putting one hand on your hip crest, one hand on the rib cage. Inhaling and exhaling as you go side to side, feeling that there is a difference between your ability to control the tilt of your pelvis in relationship to how much your leg is rotating on your hip. And then the last thing that you can focus on with this exercise, it's what's going on with your back. So if my knees are falling out to the right, what I can do is put my left hand on my back or even wrap my right hand around and see if I can let my back rotate onto my blanket support like a string of pearls. So my upper spine finds the blanket, the middle of my lower spine finds the blanket, and so on and so forth, until I feel my core engaged and I can lift my knees up. And the same thing on the other side. And this shouldn't be done with any strain, any breath holding. In a nutshell, this exercise could could help you with a variety of different issues that are going on at once in your spine and your legs, which is one of the reasons why I like it. On the flip side, it can also be overwhelming with all the different things to focus on. So if you even took just one bit of advice from this video and felt how it helps you feel into this part of your body a little bit more, that's a wonderful start. And then of course, any problems that arise, you can talk with me about it or talk with your physical therapist about it. And of course, thank you to Ginger Garner of the Professional Yoga Therapy Institute for showing this exercise.